you finally feeling the Christmas spirit? Not much time left until you either host your family or, I don't know, visit them, right, for the holidays.
Yeah, well, there's mainly a lot of joy and smiles. You'll also want to keep an eye out for some holiday hurdles that can throw a Grinch in your plan. Happiness coach Dannie De Novo will give us advice on avoiding all the family drama.
As fun as the holidays can be for some people, it can get tricky for others.
Yes, from keeping magic alive for your kids to splitting the holidays between partners and, you know, elf on the shelf offs between families.
That's right. Happiness coach Dannie De Novo is here with expert tips to help you navigate holiday hurdles like a pro. So, okay, Dannie, welcome. Happy holidays.
Same to you. Happy holidays.
Love the red. Love the red. This is something I am navigating as an engaged woman. Yes. How do you split the holidays between not only houses but families? You want to celebrate the season without it being too hectic.
Well, do you like going to 8 different places on one day?
Not my favorite.
Right. So my advice to you is you really need to do what you want to do and start setting some boundaries early in engaged life, because my theory is once you have kids, then the in-laws and the extended family really need to defer to you, especially if it's Christmas, because if Santa's coming, you've got a lot of questions to answer, right? So you can say something like, you know, if you want to come to our house between noon and 2 p.m., we welcome you lovingly. You can cook. If you want to cook, don't cook. Say you can share our sandwich ring with us, but this is where I'll be if you want to see us. If not, why don't we do something tomorrow or Saturday or the Saturday before? You really have to just, you know, kind of temper those expectations a little bit so everyone can get their time in, but you don't lose your mind during the holidays.
That's true. Keep your sanity in your marriage.
Yes. Speaking of losing your mind, something I'm dealing with right now. So navigating the elf thing, right? Let's say the elf that you have chooses to do more simple things, and then you see on social media the friends or some people who are posting, they've got these elves who are doing elaborate, expensive, crazy things.
Yeah.
How can you bring that Christmas cheer to your kids without, you know, going overboard and going crazy?
I was thinking about this yesterday when I was clicking add to cart on Amazon, right? How much is enough? And when I look back at Christmas time, you know, I don't remember one present I got, not one. But I do remember my dad, who's been passed away for 20 years now. I remember him being there. And I remember making cookies with my mom. And I remember when we walked into the living room on Christmas morning, that magic that I felt, right? That's the same magic I see in my daughter's eyes when she walks in our living room and sees her elf on the shelf. So if you like going crazy with elf on the shelf, then do it. If it doesn't cause you stress and anxiety, do it.
After elf on the shelf, she needs a drink on the sink. So I enjoy the realness.
And you know, you're talking about the holiday magic. It gets a little tricky when you have kids in the household that are different ages. So when you have an older child versus a younger child, how do you make sure that that holiday magic lasts for the younger child as well? And then also talking to your older child about it.
It's difficult. When I was 4 years old, I went to my dad. He said, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, I want magic. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, I want to be able to wave my fingers and make magic happen. And he just laughed at me. He said, you have magic, you just don't know it. And then 10 years later, when I'm 14, he said, hey, remember that Christmas you came to me and said you wanted magic? And I said, yeah, you laughed at me. He said, see, you already had it. And I said, well, you mean like Santa? And he was like, yeah, with other stuff too. He was like, but now you get to decide how you carry that magic. Now it's up to you to play it out however you want to, right? Even as adults, we have that holiday magic inside of us. So I think it's just saying to your child, the magic doesn't go away, the energy just shifts. How do you want to live your holiday magic?
That's cute.
That was like a Hallmark moment right there.
My goodness. To cheer up,
Okay, this one is really tough. Like, you keep saying yes to things. There's so many things happening, activities, this event, that event. How can I stay happy myself when I'm so focused on keeping everyone else happy?
It's a difficult thing to do, but I will tell all of you this because you're wonderful women and I love you very much. Here's the thing, is the guilt that you are feeling about not doing something right now. When you wake up 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now on Christmas morning and the house is empty, that guilt will have dissipated. But the regret, that is going to be incredibly palpable. That will haunt you like the ghost of Christmas past. So you really have to say to yourself, that is what I'm looking towards, and that's what's gonna make me do what I want to do and not care what anybody else thinks. And I'm gonna do my own traditions because that's what my kids are gonna remember, and that's what they're gonna do with their kids when they get older too.
Your individual traditions.
Yes.
I like that. Like I do Muddy Buddy Mix with my mom.
I love that. Yes.
Well, Danny, thank you so much. This is such great advice for all of us. And if you want some quick happiness hacks, head to her website, DannieDeNovo.com. We'll be right back.
I love that. You're the sweetest little
Keep the magic alive.
I love that.